Voters are heading to the polls for primaries in 3 more states besides Wisconsin. It's also primary day today in Minnesota, Vermont, and Connecticut. Connecticut will have a Senate, House, and gubernatorial primaries. In Vermont, Representative Peter Welch gave up his House seat to run for the Democratic Senate primary. He's vying to fill the seat of retiring Democratic Senator Pat Leahy. In Minnesota, progressive Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is facing a centrist challenger. She's running against former Minneapolis City Council member Don Samuels, who has made fighting crime a cornerstone of his campaign. Minnesota voters are also heading to the polls for a special election in the 1st Congressional District after Republican Congressman Jim Hagedorn died of cancer in February. Former State Representative Brad Finstad is going up against Jeff Ettinger, who is the former CEO of Hormel Foods. So for more on all of these primaries, let's bring in CBS News political director Finn Gomez, who joins me now. Hey there, Finn. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's begin with, let's talk about Connecticut, where you have a Trump-endorsed candidate running for the Senate Republican primary. How big of an impact could we see the backing of the former president have in a place like Connecticut?
In Connecticut, which is mostly moderate Republicans who traditionally have dominated that party in that state. We are looking and seeing that a Levy, who just last week was endorsed by the former president, is now facing another pro-Trump candidate, but also a centrist candidate in Themis Claridis, who said publicly that she has not voted for Trump, and also in 2020. And so we're seeing this sort of battle between the pro-Trump base of the Connecticut state party and the traditional moderate wing of that party. Could it have an effect? Yes. But still, whomever wins in that Republican Senate primary will have an uphill climb against incumbent Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal, who has been a top target of Trump, but also has been pretty popular in that state, even though his approval numbers just dipped below 50. But still a tough uphill battle for any Republican, whether it be centrist or a pro-Trump Republican.
Yeah, blue state Connecticut. We'll see if that holds in the midterms. I also want to ask you about this FBI search on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence, because you could see an impact in some of these primaries. I mean, I'm particularly interested in Wisconsin, in the Republican primary there for governor. How much of a stake does Trump have in that race? And do you think what happened with this FBI raid could have an impact on the primary?
Caitlin, yes, actually, this is the one where, like, the key election, really matchup here that we're seeing today is here in Wisconsin between former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch and Tim Michels, who are running in the GOP primary for for the gubernatorial battle there. Michels has been endorsed by Trump, while Kleefisch has been endorsed by the traditional wing of the Republican Party, including Trump's former Vice President Mike Pence. This is the first key matchup since the Mar-a-Lago search from yesterday. And I spoke to sources close to Trump who tell me, frankly, that they believe that this is the race where we could see that impact, where we could see in a race that is a dead heat. There's a poll that came out just yesterday that shows a dead heat, a statistical tie between these two, that it could be enough to lift those Republicans who are on the fence in Wisconsin towards the Trump-backed candidate. And this is also something, it's a proxy war, as I mentioned, but also sets up for a potential, has potential 2024 implications for Donald Trump. I also spoke to the source close to Trump who says that this incident, the event that happened yesterday, could be the spark that would push Trump to jump in earlier into the race, because you're seeing the Republican Party rally around him, including potential 2024 rivals like Ron DeSantis and Mike Pence, who put out in statements criticizing the FBI for that search. So it really could be a significant moment, and this race could be a specific proxy battle that could start this, ignite this movement by Trump to jump into the race earlier.
All right, a lot of big primaries to watch this August. No such thing as a slow summer in the politics beat. Our esteemed political director, Finn Gomez. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.